What's going on, guys? This is TM25MD, and I have another Duelyst live. Hope you guys enjoyed the the card set review. A lot of cool cards. Just to start, I think this expansion has a lot of, again, interesting cards, but I think there's a lot of answer or die / snowballing effects in the likes of, the Strategos, which is Brahms. Trial, and if you play something like Ash Misfit and one of them happens to stick, you play Strategos the next turn and you can get a bunch of 6/6, and if they happen to stick, they become 7-mana minions, which can be Prominence, Zir, Indominus, which is actually pretty good. Even though you can't move anymore, you don't take any damage, and it's a 7/9. What else can you get? You can get not Excelsius, you can get Titan. No effects, of course, but 5/7 body's pretty good, especially since you only played 5 mana for it. Even just the 1 manas going into 2 manas, getting Azurite Lions, more Blades if you have a Golems down, and getting +1 to everything is insane. What else can you get? You can get no, you can't get Legion. Windblade Adept, all great cards. And then I'd say the Abyssian one, which is the next easiest one to achieve with Mave, right? You can use your Bloodbound spell 3 times and then have Ritual Banishing, Dark Fire Sack, and you're good to go, right? And you can flood the board. So we'll be playing some Abyssian today, of course. Originally this was a Mave list, and I had the what's it called? The trial guy, I don't know his name. It's going to take me Underlord, and I just found myself killing my opponent before I even got to play this thing, so I was like, oh, this is too slow. Though it's, it's like a snowball effect once you do get it online, so I would compare this to something like Variax, but Variax has less of a condition. Or his conditions easier to be met, right? You just play it on 8 mana, or if you have Dark Fire Sack already, which you'll probably be running with this guy anyways, you'll get him out on 6 at the same time, and you have constant 5/5s. And it doesn't require you to play minions, so if they die, there's transformation removal with this spell as well. EMP doesn't stop it from this effect from happening, but they're guaranteed to stick. But anyways, I think Variax was either. So my idea with this card was, right, I play a lot of rush minions after I play this guy, and just try and snowball from there. Because I'll just come back with another Alpha, another Revenant, and just constantly do face damage, right? But that was the thing. I had so much face damage that I was just killing my opponent before I even played this guy. So I was like, okay, I'll just switch over to Cassava. I have easier removal with Punish, right? So the deck is Demonic Conversion, Azure Herald. I can even cut Azure Herald for some more Dying Wish minions, but I like having 9 mana plays. 9 2-drops. So Herald is good. It's also healing, so it's not all on Desolator. One Consuming Rebirth, just because I had the extra card space when I took out the trial guy. Carrion Collector, because this is essentially Lurking Fear. In my opinion, it's a little bit better. It's only weak to Dispel and Transform, and if your opponent's using that on a Carrion, that means that's 1 less Dispel and 1 less Transform on something like Desolator, Hexblade, Reaper, Vorpal Reaver, etc., Revenant. So Carrion, Nightmare Opera, throwing some Mechazardos in our deck is never horrible, and you can always, if it gets reduced in cost, you can play it for free, which is never bad. Demonic Lure Punish, standard removal package. I forgot to talk about Demonic Conversion. If you ever have like an extra mana lying around in the mid game, which is quite possible, you throw this down and you steal. This is steal, not draw. Well, it is draw, but it's steal a minion from your opponent's deck. So they no longer, let's say a Zendo, I've stolen a Zendo. So they no longer have a Zendo, and I have a 5/7 Zendo in my hand for 6 mana. So that means they only have 2 Zendos left in the deck, and that's essentially a removal, right? literally removing a card from their deck. And we also have Reaper, which also steals cards from the deck as well. I was going to write... Do I have one right? No. I was going to have this card in there, but I just feel like with the trial, actually I could include a copy. So a couple other cards I was considering was not just Right, but Unleash the Evil. Then I just realized I had 2 Rush minions, Saber Spine and Revenant. I was like, okay, I already have Rush, so I'll just play multiple Revenants, right? And so I ended up cutting this from the deck, and I felt like I had sufficient draw anyways, so I didn't need cards like Necromata, and which is a little bit interesting, right? This is a Dying Wish deck with no Necromata. I never found myself running out of cards, especially with that by adding in Demonic Conversion, because that's pretty much like Sphere Darkness, kind of. So it's not bad. It's arguably better because you're stealing cards from your opponent. So what else do we have? We have Hexclaw, which is interesting. This is actually, I might cut this from the list. It's not as good as I would think, right? Unless I can get multiple of them to go down so they're taking 2 damage per turn. So like Hexclaw into Demonic Conversion, and then it dies again. Consuming Rebirth, and then it dies again. So there's that. Vorpal Reaver, because this thing getting out early is insane. EMP is not bad against everybody playing some sort of effects-based minion now. EMP stops it. It doesn't stop the trials, but you know it does help, right? And then we got our rushies at the end. So it's been a pretty fun list so far. I think tomorrow, I'll feature like Vitruvian or Vanart tomorrow. The Vanart trial is actually very hard to pull off, but I did pull it off. If you watched Skarzik's stream, he watched the replay where I got it off. I got like a Jax and an Embla, and my opponent was playing Zongai, so he had Onyx Paraseal, so he Onyx Paraseal, and Pandos are are tokens, so that counted the trial for me, so he actually helped me get the trial. So I only needed like actually I got all of them between Jax and Embla and the Panda. It was just really funny. You know, just getting your mini Jax to be 5/5s is insane. We got Irish Bastard playing Faith. I think I played him earlier. He was playing Elena though, so I guess he was like, Elena's still bad. Anywho, I did start at like S rank 140 when I entered S rank in like 61 wins actually. So I started way at the back, but slowly climbing through. EMP can be nice if he's playing walls, so I might, or Embla, so I might hold on to that. Though it's very early, I might not see it again. So I'm gonna hold on to it. Hexclaw can be interesting actually. Yeah, I'll drop the Reaper and the Vorpal. I'll keep the Hexclaw. We'll feature it. Got another Vorpal. I think I'll hold it in hand. I don't think we need the Desolator this early though. Revenant's always nice. And we got Carrion. So this only goes bad if he has Chromatic Cold. Okay, it's not that bad if he has Chromatic Cold, because we can play our guy, our Nightmare Operant, which isn't horrible. Let's see what he has. No Chromatic Cold, please. That make me really sad. I'm tempted just to throw this face, right? Just to get the effect off. I might replace the Revenant. I do have 3 in the deck, so drawing a 3rd one, or one later in the game, won't be that unlikely. So. Oh no. Did you kill it? Okay, Healing Mystic. I was like, no. Please don't dispel it. And I think he realizes his Chromatic Colds are more valuable than on this minion right here. I can actually play both of them. Nightmare Operant and Desolator, which I don't think is bad. Let's do that. he has a chromatic hold or an aspect of the Fox aspect of the Ravager, he might consider using it now. There's no more aspect of Shimzo, so we don't have to play around that anymore. This could be a chromatic hold. Or an aspect, which is fine. I'm tempted just to play the Hex Claw first. Just to bait out some more removal from Vanar, right? Baiting out 2 removals in his hand means the third one is less likely, right? Assistant. Sister Cryptographer? No Cryptographer, doesn't seem like. Aspect of the Ravager, that's what I thought. So we can just play Hex Claw. So he trades. Not a very strong turn from him, in my opinion. I think I'll just put Hex Claw first, honestly. And we have Ping Punish for next turn. And I'll just hit him. If he Fissures, that's not really a good play because he only has 2 mana left and he can't really do anything on 2 mana outside of using another Ravager, and that means more face damage against him. So he needs to develop and do something about this. Dancing Blades? Okay, that's fine. This is actually my list because I beat him earlier today with actually a list that looks just like this. So it's interesting. I don't care about it. I'd rather just do face damage, to be honest. Because I don't think he has... I really don't think... I'm just gonna go face. He's gonna go down to 14. So, and he has to deal with this monster. And I have a lot of healing, so I can heal back up to full anyway, so. And I can punish this and play Desolator. And Ping as well. Actually, I'll hold off on the Ping because I didn't use it last turn. I wonder if he just encloses Okay, so he only puts 2 on the and a Thunderhorn. Cool. Okay. This is why I'm gonna like the EMP next turn. What could I do? I can punish that. Hit, ping. And clear. Seems okay. Actually, I like the one closer to him. He's gonna have Warbird next turn, so I'm just gonna move it. Oh crap, I meant to do it the other way. I meant to go over here. That's mighty unfortunate. Oh well, I'll take 4. We do have a lot of healing, but that was a misplay on my part. I shouldn't have taken that much damage. He's actually taking 1 damage per turn, which is actually, I don't know if you can Chromatic Cold himself and get rid of it. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. Spelljammer is actually very good for me. So I disagree with that play, but oh well. And a Blood Tear. Okay. Probably on my face. Okay. It's on that actually. No Warbird. So he's down to 3 cards after the Spelljammer. I don't know if I can win if I play Revenant. I don't think so. I just played Desolator spam, right? Because he's going to be at 7 next turn. I'm actually not quite sure about the interaction between EMP and your general gains the curse. So I'm actually thinking that playing EMP is not the play, right? Because I don't want to get rid of that G aspect of the Fox. Okay, so that just delays it a little bit, so dies in 7 turns. Other Dancing Blades. This actually looks like Duelyst, to be honest. So he probably, since I beat him twice before recording with this list, I imagine he just switched over from Elena to this. So, because I can pull a Revenant, I don't pull a Revenant. And I get a Thunderhorn from him, which is really nice, actually. So, I don't think he. Do I play around Fisher? I don't think he's playing Fisher. He's playing a tempo list. Let's do something like this, right? Let's hit him. Let's heal up. Let's hit him again, which means he should die. Yeah. He won't die this turn, but if he doesn't have any healing out of the 2 cards he has in hand, he should just lose. Because Hex Claw put in the work. I think Hex Claw did like 4 damage. Not quite sure. So moving up, I'm not really aiming for top 50, but I just want to play with the new cards. So if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. So Hex Claw put it in the work, but most of the time, like, that's probably like one of the better showcases of Hex Claw. Because most of the time it's just like, it just dies. Well, it did die there, that's what it's meant to do. But okay, so Husuku, all right. So I'll leave his Twitch channel in the description. And Betrayal is going to be nice, especially if he starts to play big things, so if he wants to body block and whatnot. So I do like this hand, so I'm going to keep everything. Replace into to Azure Herald. Alright. Let's see if he has a carrion. He has a Gibbet. Okay. And we got our Tiger, our Rushy. He's more inclined to punch the Nightmare Opera, so I'm going to do it in this order. So, regardless of what he does, I'm guaranteed to play my... unless he has Dispel. I'm guaranteed to play my Reaper of the Nine Moons next turn. And Cassava has no answer for it outside of EMP and Ephemeral Shroud. So me playing... this is actually something I wanted to include in my list, but because you can trade with bigger minions and you don't have to use a punish. But I'll probably replace Rushy. See what he does. What's his 4-mana play? Desolator's not really that strong of a play, so I doubt it's Desolator. He can clear my board, but I get the effect off from Carrion, unless he has a Shroud, of course. Of which Shroud is not the strongest play in my opinion. He's got to make a decision fast. So, okay. Here's my Carrion. Gets a Gibbet. Which is actually, pretty good value. since he did it in that order, he doesn't get to have doesn't get to clear this really. So actually, do I want to trade in first? I think I'll do it like this. I don't mind giving him another, I just don't want him to accelerate into I just don't want to it's awkward because he's going to get it regardless of what I do. Maybe I just do it like this and just deny him. And just do it like that. So he doesn't get a Reaper potentially next turn, and I'm just going to replace Rushy Rushy. Ping Punish is not a good play, so he needs like a Shroud or a Lightbender, actually. Lightbender could be good. I was actually considering Lightbender in this list, but I just felt like EMP is just, you know, still very good. Obviously with the introduction of Trials, shoot, oh my god, is this Doom? Okay, so we're gonna have to turn up the heat. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I really want to take something from him. I do like the Betrayal because if he starts being defensive, he will start body blocking. So I'm going to do something like this. Let's see what we got. Gotta give it of our own. Probably just play Vorpal next turn, so I'll replace the Gibbet. Actually, Hexclaw might be good next turn. Since if he's playing a Duelyst, we can start mitigating how much value he gets from Desolator. And plus, if he kills this Reaper with Ping, we get another minion. And if he's playing something big like EMP or Mage 1 in his list, then Lightbender is not a bad play here, but it's not a particularly strong one. Like, you Dispel and clear this with Ping, but it just, so he doesn't have Lightbender. Cool. I do like the Betrayal next turn, so that should be good. We don't have any Ping or Lures in hand, so it's kind of we get a, maybe he has a low curve, doesn't have any big minions. Oh well. Let's see what he has. Shadow Nova. It's a very weak play. Of course the combo is on 7 mana, Painful Pluck plus Tormentor on a relatively empty board. Again, I don't really care about... 2 Vorpals can just win the game, actually. Because that might just be better. So we'll do that. It might just be better than Hexclaw. I'm gonna keep both, because he's gonna he's gonna start being defensive and body block if he happens to deal with these guys. This also sets up lethal, so he needs an absolute answer like a Demonic Lure. Demonic Lure, Punish, or 2. He needs both, actually. Munch. Okay. Heal for 6, which is good. You still need a Lure or Punish. Actually, you can have another Munch. Yeah. Do you have another Munch? Punish. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. So we have a little army going on here. He can play a 2-drop or ping something, and actually use Demonic Conversion of his own, so... I'm still gonna hold on to the Betrayal. I do feel like he has something big in his list. Bellowing Depths. It's interesting, I would just play Spelljammer. So... I think I'm just going to start cashing in on damage. Just in case he has something like Breath of the Unborn. It's unlikely, but... it's unlikely. Oh, client, no. Client, please. Please don't do this to me. Oh, nice, the client's lagging. Let me check my other internet sources, because it might just be my internet, but usually it's not. Okay, so Twitter was able to unlock relatively quickly, so it's the client again. Man, client is the one true nemesis here. Okay, so we got it, and we can actually, I think I'll just play both, quite honestly. There's no reason to ping anything. And I'll just play Desolator and Hexclaw. This also sets up lethal. I'll probably replace the Azure Herald. Again, if he lures this away, I can ping it myself. Meaning I can get that debuff going on him. He did play 1 Adjudicator, so Doom will be 8 mana, I think. Yep, it'll be 8 mana. So if he casts that, it's not even a good play at this point in the game. It's not even that good of a... I don't think it'll be that strong of a play. I don't really know what his win condition is. I would assume it's Doom, since you're playing Adjudicator, or he's playing Adjudicator. Someone might be putting him up to this anyways, because he does do viewer deck tweaks. So actually, Betrayal's actually pretty bad here, so I should have played around Betrayal. Though taking 7's not the worst thing in the world, because that's his entire play. So he can play Betrayal. So. Though I can play Betrayal of my own. Juggernaut. Okay. So Betrayal of our own just wins. And he has Munch. Okay, so that stops lethal on board, but we have Betrayal. So good game. So it was a creep list with Adjudicator. You cannot play Obliterate, so it's interesting what his endgame would be. I'm not quite sure myself. I'll probably tune into the stream after this to see what it is, because I'm sure he's working on somebody's deck. Clearly, there was not a lot of cohesion in that list whatsoever. Like the bunches were interesting, but it's not the greatest removal. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and tomorrow I'll probably be back with like Vitruvian or Magmar, try out some new Obelisk shenanigans or some rushies. Wasn't able to feature alpha, but a lot of the games I did play off camera did involve Saberspine Alpha, and it actually did put in work. Just, you know, constant chip damage with, you know, Desolators and Hex Claw, along with, you know, sticky minions like Reaper. I was able to, and Vorpal Reaver, double rush on 7, and then so alpha on 7. It was actually like I had a really perfect drawn game. So it was like Carrion on 1, Reaper on 2, because I was going second, Reaper on 2, Vorpal on 3, and then played a couple of Desolators, or excuse me, Hex Claw, then played a couple of Desolators, and then played Rushy into Revenant, and it was just so much face damage, it was absurd. And I was like keeping myself topped off with Desolator, of course, and Azure Herald, so it's just like the chip damage was insane. So I like this deck. Hexclaw was actually, despite today's performance, it actually was in other games the least, I don't know, it performed the least out of everything else in the deck, to be honest. Like, it was nice in the first game, just dealing constant chip damage to Fae and threatening lethal in this game, but every other game it just didn't do as much as I thought it would do. Like, I thought extra chip damage, like Desolator into Hexclaw, would be pretty cool, right? Doing like 3 to 4 damage depending on how many procs you get, right? But otherwise it didn't really do anything. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and this will be a double upload, obviously. Part 2 of my card review is going up right now, should be. And this will go up later tonight, so because I have an exam that I'll be going to in a little bit, and yeah, playing Duelyst before the exam. Believe me, I did all my studying before recording, so don't worry. And this is, you know, a great way to relieve stress before an exam. So I don't like cramming right before an exam, so like a couple hours before an exam, I don't see the point in reviewing the material. It's just going to get you anxious, in my opinion. But anyways, that's just my life. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.